Hello traders, Mark here from Daytrading Room. Just really now, just a very quick video. We're trading at the moment. I'm now long the Dow, and I just want to talk about why I'm long the Dow. Not from very much, from pretty much here. About actually, we've pushed up a reasonable amount. Now we're pushing back down. Now, only about 7 ticks from where we are at the moment. I'm going to talk about exactly why. Now, on trend days, we've come down loads. If you're trading it today, you know where we are. We're on 15th of October, and we're about 20 to 7 UK time. And yeah, I'm long from about, where are we, 15904 cash. We're about 10 ticks lower than this, so pretty much as we are now. That's my average price. Why did I decide to take the long here? It's against quite a lot of rules, to be fair. I understand that, appreciate that, but let me just show you the 15-minute candle. We all know what the daily looks like. It looks horrendous. This 15-minute candle, however, is quite exciting me. Good volume, one of the largest volumes we've had apart from that one there, and yes, I did take that and did get a nice scalp out of it, and then stopped out on a further roll lower on the last batch. But this one, I'm taking it. I think we're due an unwinding. The liquidity is very low. That's one thing against it. But we had a good flush there, really good volume. We've had the VIX spiking up. We're at that window. I talk about this window. This is something I've mentioned before. UK time, it's 6 o'clock and then 5:30. And on trend days, we often get a bottom around that sort of time, between that sort of hour. And then we get a counter trend move. That's what I'm playing for at the moment. I'm not sure I'm looking for a home run on this, but I'm going to see what happens. If we do get some really aggressive buying and a pullback, I will add to the position. Definitely not adding to the downside. My stop is below that low. It's a firm stop. I don't mind getting stopped out. Obviously, I've adjusted the position size to suit the size of the stop and the volatility of the day. However, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm taking. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, for those exact reasons, we're down, and also the sentiment on across. I'm looking at all on Twitter and all that sort of stuff, and it's just so bad. People are talking about where the circuit breakers are. People are talking about flash crashing. People are, people just giving up their buying. So, it seems as good a place as any to have a go, and especially with that 15-minute spike. I would have preferred to see it bounce straight back up. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd like to see it take out the high of that and hold, but it's not done that yet. Buyers, there's no real incentive at the moment for them to step in. Maybe if the selling backs off a little bit, we'll get some sort of bargain hunters coming in, and we could easily get a 200-point rally off this. And that's what I'll sort of be looking for. I'll be looking for the VWAP, which is about 16,025, is around here at the moment on the YM. So by the time we get up there, it's probably going to be around 16,000. So a couple of 100 points on this trade. There's my target. I might push it lower depending on how the VWAP performs and what's going on. As I say, my stop is going to be underneath this low here. But I just sort of talk about it and talk through the trade as I'm taking it, just to give sort of insights of what my thinking is. Have been taking scalp shorts on the way down. Would have liked to have stayed short for the majority of it, but taking, when you get a quick flush and just scaling out 20 ticks or so has been a good way of doing it. But I've missed the last bit of it because I've been sitting back waiting for the long entry. That's all I've wanted really, is this long entry. And of course, when you start, your bias shifts to looking for the long. You can't be hitting the shorts and still we're looking for the long. Well, personally, I can't. I have to wait and see what's going on. So I've missed the last bit of the move, but the first bit was nice. We'll see what happens. That's the idea. That's the theory. The 15-minute spike, a little bit of a wick. We had a retest, which we didn't break through, and the volume is much lower on that retest. In that window that I talked about, the time frame window, obviously down a lot, and the sentiment coming through from other traders. That's the idea. That's the trade. Let's see what happens. So I'll come back with another video with an update, depending what happens. But you've got the idea. Hello traders, Mark here from Daytrading Room. About an hour from the last part of the video, and I've taken a little bit off the table here. It wasn't part of the plan, but I've just looked at that downtrend line. Look at the time of day. We're coming up to sort of the last hour. I've taken some off the table, half the position off the table actually. I'm still targeting the 16,000 on the YM. That is the VWAP on a 24-hour session. But I'm aware that we've rallied okay. We've come up to some resistance here. If you see on the screen drawing, we're coming up to sort of some resistance here. We've got this little downtrend line here. I'm not a huge fan of those, but you know, I'm just taking into account everything I've got. 15 minute, you know, the volumes, it's not ripping up, it's not too bad, it's okay, it's going okay. You know, 16,000 is still the target. We'll see what happens. You know, now I've taken half off the table here at 100, just over 100 ticks. I'm happy to sort of relax a little bit and see what happens where the close is. Obviously, if it goes back down, my stop is definitely back at break even plus the commission cost, and we'll see. I mean, it's not unfeasible. You know, nothing goes in a straight line. We could, I may extend the target if we close, you know, reasonably high. I may extend the target and hold it overnight if I've got that decent cushion, looking for a further sort of push, maybe back up to 16,200. It seems ambitious, but you know, look at where we've come from, what we're doing. You know, it wouldn't be completely out of the question to retest that sort of consolidation low area that we had before we broke. So you know, I've got that in mind. So anyway, I've got your flexibility now. You know, there's money in the bank, and there's a good cushion on the rest of it, so I can afford to sort of play it as I see it, see how it 16,000 is that first initial target, just sort of see how it behaves. You know, if it's got a good momentum behind it, I don't see any reason to close it. Maybe scan a little bit more there, as that was my initial target. Obviously it comes back to break even, I will take it out completely. So yeah, I'll probably tack on another video to this at the close, and I'm going to see how we get on from there. Okay, just an update. Okay, we're back. Market's closed. It's actually about an hour and 20 minutes after market's closed, cash closed. Let's have a look at the Dow. Stick it on a 5 minute, and I think the last video I did was as we were approaching this top of this trend line. I took some off, talked about 16,000 as my target for some more, and got it very nicely, just clipped that wick there, so that was a nice place to scale. We pushed back up here. I thought we might, you know, we had a real ramp on then, and I thought we might just keep going and just maybe take out some prior day's highs here. I was ready to scale some out there. We didn't quite do it, and we faded back off. So I ended up, I trailed my stop back to 16,000 anyway. You know, that's a fair amount of room on I know we're a busy day, but it's a fair amount of room. So ultimately it was okay. It was it was more than okay. It was a good trade for me. There was the scale, and then basically the rest of it, 16,000, even though I scaled some of it here, sat through 100-point pullback and then came back. But nevertheless, you know, it was a very nice trade. The entry was right down here somewhere. And I really can't complain. So I hope you all had a great day, get your risk managed, and let's see what tomorrow brings.